Hey, good night, good night. Long we haven't chatted, long haven't done a live. But tonight I was forced to do a live. I don't know if the vehicle engine is a bit too low, but no matter. I have to keep the aircon on a bit. Um, Tonight, for the first time, I attended the so-called consultation, and just wanted to be curious and see what's going on. I went there, and today that was one of the biggest embarrassment as a Dominican, and I think the Labour Party is also embarrassed about it. They prepared or rehearsed people to come there and clap and create unnecessary noise and unnecessary interruptions of people who making meaningful contribution inside there tonight. And I'm taken aback. I had to make that live. I cannot believe that the Labour Party would go that far to bring their supporters to a so-called consultation and disturbing people making their contribution. If you are not a Labourite or you stand up there making, they don't even hear what you're saying, but they will try to distract you. And that is the worst I've ever seen. You know, as a Dominican, you go to an activity and say, okay, let me just go and let my eyes burn my peas. If I get an opportunity to present, I'll present. But let me listen to the presenters and hear what they have to say, you know. And it was pure Labour. I mean, the Labour Party can hold the delegates conference tonight and vote for their leaders right there tonight. Pure Labour Party hogwash. Imagine, I'm not saying that Mobile Man is not somebody that can make a contribution. Mobile Man contribution got thunderous applause, while the contribution of Attorney at Law, Cara Shillingford, was interrupted on several occasions. Hear me well, you know. Mobile Man got thunderous applause for his contribution. And Cara Shillingford, who have gone through the process right down, when it comes to election matters, right down to the CCJ, she was interrupted on numerous occasions during her contribution. There are several Labourites who went outside and they were disappointed. And you're hearing people making their contribution and Labourites will not give them a chance. People they brought there, rehearsed. I saw Mr. Reginald Austri sitting at the back of me. We made eye contact. I made eye contact with some of the Labourites, Sonia Williams and Pamela Gis. When I heard Pamela Gis making a contribution, I was taken aback as well. Somebody I had a lot of respect for. Talking about nobody should be removed off the list and whatnot, only when you die. And people, she said she was overseas, you know. Her family members living overseas for years. And she want them to remain on the list so they can come back home to vote. And I'm telling you, that was the worst I felt ashamed. I'm not a Labourite, but I felt ashamed. And I'm sure some of the Labourites, a lot of the Labourites were ashamed. Some of them came outside and I spoke with a few of them. And they couldn't believe what was going on, you know. They came to a consultation. That's what they said. But to me, it was a Labour Party delegates conference or convention I was going inside there. Some of you might be following it online and asking what's going on there. It's a crying shame, very disrespectful, distasteful. The observers who are listening right now, I am sure they're very much disappointed and turned off by that. You could see some of the Labour ministers inside there bowing their heads, very disappointed in what transpired. And I personally, I wanted to make a contribution there. I couldn't make that contribution in that type of hostile fish market environment. You know, and that is the way we have to divide our brothers and sisters. I felt bad for some of them who came there genuinely or were maybe forced to come there and have to be part of that nonsense. Why should we be fighting each other? Brothers and sisters living here at a consultation. Why Labour Party have to pay bosses to bring people from the nooks and crannies on the West Coast to be there. I mean, it's just shameful. As I say every day, I'm happy I'm from Salisbury. I'm happy that I'm a free-thinking individual. I speak my mind when I want. People might be saying I am too radical in my thinking, but you have to be radical in your thinking if you want to help change minds. If you want to help change young people. And I want young people to begin to understand what is going on there. I mean, your parents, some of you, your parents are there, but they were forced to come there. They don't want to be there. Some of them under the NEP, they were forced to come there and sing in one song. They might not even hear what you're saying. Since you stand up and speak about labor, they're clapping. And nothing about ensuring that we have free and fair election for them and the children to be able to vote and to live in a country where they work, where they pay the taxes. I just wanted to bring that to you Dominicans who wonder, you know, what I put on my face. This is a crying shame. I am not somebody tell me anything. I went there for myself. I'm not following it online. I had to leave there. It was too humiliating. You know, there's other people who left. Even Labourites left. I met a Labourite who was walking down the road and he told me, Sparks, I'm a Labourite, but I couldn't take that. This is shameful. You know, and you could see the body language of some of the ministers in there who tell you that they were shameful as well. As they say, they brought those people to rehearsal. How can you bring people to rehearsal to come to a consultation on electoral reform? To clap, to heckle, to interrupt, to disrespect people who came there genuinely to make a contribution. When you have people who stood up, who went home, did their research, and came back there wanted to make a meaningful contribution towards the consultation, you have the observers listening, and you have pure Labour Party crass politics. And you're telling me that is about Dominica? Man, tomorrow it will be in Marigot. I believe the environment will be different. I will prefer take my time, drive up to Marigot. Even though gas now is $17.07 a gallon, I will drive up to Marigot and make my contribution up there. I think it will be a better environment where you can speak, have a constructive dialogue, not only with your citizens listening or viewing, but also you can bring some reason to be, and maybe the observers listening, people listening will take note, man. But it's a sad situation when you have these type of things going on and you have people who know better and they're not doing better. It's a very sad situation. I experienced it for myself tonight at that consultation at the Goodwill Parish Hall. Electoral reform consultation, quote unquote, at the Goodwill Parish Hall, and it was a Labour Party consultation, or I would call it a Labour Party delegates conference. Sad, very sad, but that is the situation. Going to head to my home, I think, and relax my head. I have never seen that before. I have never ever seen that before in Dominica, and if it's that is where we are in 2023. Kwapu smoke our pipe. I tell you, Dominicans, Labour Party is not going to give us the electoral reform. We have to make up our mind. Young people, elderly, middle age, people who care about Dominica, we have to take electoral reform once and for all. Blessed evening to everybody. Thank you for joining. Spread the word. Share the live. Let people know that Labour Party consultation was a total fiasco, total embarrassment for the Labour Party. They rehearsed it, they executed it, and it was a total embarrassment for them. God bless. Have a wonderful night.